Before I was born, my grandfather, who was born in rural Mississippi, gave my grandmother, whose family is from Texas, this painting sometime in the 70s. When I was a child, I didn't recognize the significance of this painting, but I always liked it. I grew up in a house where music was prominent, so this picture just felt like home to me. It wasn't until later that I learned this is the Sugar Shack, a depiction of a juke joint, an important cultural tenet of Black American history, a place where recently freed Black people congregated to have fun and sing the blues. And after watching this film, I have a whole new appreciation for something I was already in love with. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Let's Talk, the series where we don't let them in. At all. This is your friendly neighborhood Birdman, and today we are diving fang first into Sinners. Set in 1930s Mississippi, Sinners follows twin brothers Smoke and Stack, both portrayed by Michael B. Jordan, as they return home to open a juke joint. They recruit their old friends around the neighborhood to help run the business, including their cousin, a blues player. Their plans take a dark turn when supernatural forces, vampires to be precise, begin to emerge, threatening to spoil their grand opening. So let's get this out of the way up top. Sinners is the best film of the year. I'm saying it, I'm planting that flag. This is Ryan Coogler's best film to date, and this is the man that made Fruitvale Station, Creed, and Black Panther. I think with this film, Coogler has cemented himself as one of the premier filmmakers of our generation, and it makes me proud that someone like me, a Black American from California, can become a giant in film. Now, Sinners is technically a vampire film, but calling it that just feels like calling The Godfather a movie about family disagreements. This isn't just a horror flick. It's a lightly allegorical character drama set in Jim Crow, Mississippi, filtered through the smoky lens of Black Southern folklore and juke joint soul. Coogler basically took a genre that's been chewed to death, pun not intended, and infused it with cultural weight, historical allegory, and a frankly outrageous amount of style. The story follows twin brothers, Smoke and Stack, the Smokestack twins, who return to their hometown in Mississippi after fighting in World War I and later becoming crooks in Chicago to open a juke joint. And while that alone sounds like the kind of premise I'd gladly watch for 2 hours, things take a turn when, you guessed it, vampires show up. But not your glittery, brooding, sexy in a sad way vampires. These are predators, living metaphors for exploitation, economic, cultural, and historical. But the film plays this with a light touch, and it's not in your face, which is something I appreciated. And here's the thing. Sinners knows what it's doing. Every frame of this movie feels intentional, from the worn-down red wood of the juke joint walls to the cool blues and greens when the vamps come out to play. The cinematography is absolutely next level. You do yourself a disservice watching this film in anything other than IMAX or the biggest screen you can find, especially since Coogler intentionally uses a mix of different aspect ratios and filmmaking techniques as storytelling elements. For example, there's a one shot that deftly explores the fact that there were Chinese merchants living amongst and befriending Black people in the Mississippi Delta, something you probably would never have gotten from a Scorsese or a Nolan. And performance-wise, there are no misses. Michael B. Jordan deserves praise for playing both brothers and making them feel like two distinct, fully lived-in people. Smoke is all charm and rhythm, Stack is the wild card, and their dynamic is electric, as weird as that is to say given Michael is acting against himself. I kinda got the feeling that Smoke was intended to be portrayed by Jonathan Majors, and the funny thing is, Jonathan wouldn't even need wardrobe. I'm not knocking the film for this, but you can't tell me Majors wasn't even being considered for this role. It seems tailor-made for him. But the real MVP of this film might just be the sound. The music is unreal. The score bleeds with blues and gospel. It's the kind of score you feel in your chest. Hell, a vampire sings Irish folk music while dancing, and I swear to you, it just works. But there's this amazing sequence in the second act of the film where Coogler uses music to blend the past with the present and future, and in any other film by any other filmmaker, this moment would have fallen flat. But it's this moment that made me realize that I'd fallen in love with this movie, and this is before the horror elements have even kicked in. Now let's talk pacing. The film is a slow burn. If you're expecting non-stop action and blood from minute one, you might be thrown. But here's why it works. This slow burn builds. Every scene adds texture. Every piece of dialogue adds weight. And when things do pop off, they pop off in a way that only works because of the groundwork laid in the first hour. It's a rare thing these days, letting a story breathe without it dragging. This movie earns its pace. As for the themes, Sinners hits you in layers. There's commentary on cultural vampirism, how Black creativity, labor, and identity have historically been drained, stolen, and repackaged. There's generational trauma, there's redemption, there's this quiet question of what it means to build something sacred in a world built to burn it down. It's all there, but it never feels preachy. Coogler isn't lecturing, he's storytelling, and good storytelling makes you feel the weight of those ideas without needing to underline them. So yeah, I'm calling it. Sinners is the film to beat in 2025. It's haunting, it's beautiful, it's layered, it's got blood, blues, brotherhood, and bite. Pun intended this time. Coogler swings for the fences and clears the damn stadium. This isn't just a horror movie or a period piece or even a political allegory. It's all of these fused together in a way that somehow feels effortless. Watch it, let it simmer, and maybe keep some garlic handy. A+.